Hey guys, this is Sinner. This is a video response for SoCal. First thing, congratulations on your subs. You've done a great job. You made a comment that you didn't know how you got that many subs. That usually happens to good guys, good channels, and you're a good guy and you have a good channel. So now we got that out of the way. First thing that you asked was about the Second Amendment. On every comment that I leave, I write down, "Long live the Constitution." And part of that, along with the Bill of Rights, has to do with the Second Amendment. I am a big fan of the Second Amendment. I'm a life member of the NRA, and I have the stickers in my window, the gun stickers in the back of the Durango, and all that jazz. I'll give you a good example of why I believe in the Second Amendment. Last night, after ECP's blog, I had just come in to the blog. I called it at the end, and there was a bunch of people in there. As that happened, I think I typed hello, and I heard a door open. Now, my fiance usually gets home in the morning, so usually about an hour after when I heard that noise, I yelled her name twice, and heard something push into the table in the kitchen, like they had run into it, and the door slammed. Now, when I heard that, I figured something was going on, and I ran out with a friend of mine that I keep in our bedroom, and that's my Remington 870 tactical shotgun. Now, I went as far as the doorway and I stopped for two reasons. One, the threat was out of my house, and I have a right to defend myself and my family. And two, I had two children still in the house. Now I heard someone running out the direction. We have a little valley out in front of where I'm at, and someone was laughing because as I had come out of the house, I slammed our screen door coming out of it and stopped about 5 foot out the door, and then went back into the house and called the police. It took the police department about 4 minutes to get here, which wasn't bad at all. The police department's really good, and I live in a smaller community. But that being said, I live in a smaller community. While talking with the officer, they made a comment about how they had just busted a group of individuals coming from other cities, breaking into cars and garages and stealing things. And most of everyone that knows me knows that I believe that there is a good chance of economic collapse, and unfortunately when people don't have money to buy things that they need, there is that percentage of people that steal things, and protecting me and my family is a big part of that. And to do that, I have to be able to have my Second Amendment. As far as what you can have and not have, I still believe in that whole theory of you're guilty until proven innocent. Wait a minute. No, that's how it is now. So the actual theory is you're innocent until proven guilty. So if I've not committed a crime, I should not be held at a standard that the criminals aren't even handed a standard to. That's number one. Second question was about alternative energy. I would really like to have the money to get into some of that. Right now I'm not in a situation, living space-wise, where I could utilize that to my benefit. But I did, and I have watched some videos that made me a little concerned, and that was out your way in Los Angeles County with the desert rats, and how those individuals are being told that they have to connect to the grid. One person, I believe, said it would cost them $75,000 to $100,000 to connect to the grid as a condition of living out there. Now, these individuals have lived out there 20, 30 years, most of them. That makes me a little nervous about being forced to tie back into the grid. If you can make it on your own, you should be left alone. That would be one of the things that would make me concerned. Now, number three, the presidential candidate question. And the first thing I would do, the very first thing I would do, is restore the Constitution. And by that I mean give us back our Fourth Amendment. so many things are going on with our constitutional rights that people just are more worried about the next episode of Survivor or Big Brother than to look at what's going on to our country. I would abolish the Patriot Act in its entirety. If you've watched any of the debates on the floor about when they first did the Patriot Act, there's a senator on there, and I believe every other word is classified. Classified, classified, people classified, of the classified, and I believe part of that whole quote was somewhere in there where he made a comment, oh my God, classified. There's two senators, and I can't remember their names, that have been whistleblowing on the Patriot Act, and how if the citizens really knew what was in that, we would put an end to that quickly. So as president, that's something that I would do. For two senators to come out like that and say that makes me sit up and wonder just what's in that. Another item on there would be get rid of Homeland Security. We don't need you. I, as Commander-in-Chief, have the Marine Corps, the Navy, the Army, the Air Force, the Coast Guard. I have my National Guard. I have the FBI, the CIA, the rest of the alphabet soup. I don't need the Homeland Security. I don't need it. Instead, let's take the money that we give Homeland Security and let's, I don't know, have housing for troops that come back injured, that need long-term rehabilitation, so that they don't end up out in the street, homeless, with disabilities, like we're letting them do to them now. That really pisses me off. Give the states their rights back. Eliminate the Electoral College. Allow the states that are on the borders of countries to use their National Guard units to police those borders. Now, I understand that the National Guard unit cannot do that full time. However, for some reason, I would think that if you're in Arizona, as a National Guardsman, you'd rather be stationed on the border in Arizona than in Afghanistan, Iraq, Pakistan, Korea, or any of the other multitudes of bases that we have around the country, or world, excuse me. Let's bring everybody home, and let's worry about our borders and our security, and let's try to work on the cartel problem that everybody seems to not know about. Anyway, I think I'd like to make the country energy self-sufficient. I don't think we do enough of that. I'm sure that if we can spend the billions of dollars that we do on war, we could put it to use making people self-reliant. I'd like to, instead of becoming an import country, where I pay the cheapest dollar amount for the cheapest made product, I'd like to become an export country again. I'd like to show the rest of the world that we haven't lost what we have, that China cannot make a better camera, television, and for all you guys that are going to troll that, just go ahead, hit the dislike, and go ahead and unsub, because I'm still, in my heart, going to say that Build in America is a better label on a product than anything else is. And that being said, I'd also kill NAFTA. Done. Goodbye. See you later. I think that's about all I would do in my first 30 days. Oh, I did forget something. All the lobbyists that swarm Congress and the Senate, and I believe the ratio is 10 to 1. I would allow each company to have a lobbyist, and each politician to have limited terms, and for those politicians to have a quarterly report of their earnings public, because you're a public servant. I think that's it. SoCal, again, thanks for all the videos you put out. Thanks for doing the contest. It's cool. It is really cool to have people know that they're watching what you're doing and to support you. And you've done that with me. Thanks.